What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning back in for another video. Today we are going to be talking about how I got heated leather seats in my Jeep Grand Cherokee for less than $100. It's definitely something that I never thought would be possible, but I kind of thought my way around the system and found out the best way to get my heated leather seats. And I even put them in my Jeep myself. There was very minimal wiring. And let me tell you guys, well, let me show you what they look like, and then let me tell you a little bit more how I got them. So these are my leather seats. These came as a factory option in, I believe, the Limited. The Overland had different colored seats. But as you can see, it's a nice two-tone leather seats. These are actually the same color seats that I had in my Jeep with that they were cloth. So I was able to switch them for the leather option that was the exact same color, which really worked out good, even though the inside of my Jeep is all black and the outside is just silver. It really matches the inside well, especially with the all black interior. But as you can see on my dash, I also have the button for the heated seats. I have it for both sides here. So let me tell you a little bit more about how exactly I got these seats. So what I did was I was looking online and I kind of looked up some different options. You know, they have the Catskin leather skins that you can have put onto your old seats, which I thought was a neat idea, but my driver's side was automatic and my passenger side was a manual seat. And I figured if I was gonna upgrade to leather seats, I personally feel like upgrading to leather seats where it's a manual seat, it's kind of a waste because I feel like it takes away the luxury aspect of the leather seats. And then I figured, well, I kind of want to go with heated seats as well. So I would have to install the heating elements, you know, install the wiring, install the buttons like you saw on the center console, and then put the leather on top of those. What a headache that sounded like. I just figured that'd be way too much work. So I started shopping online, kind of in the realm of like the Copart area. So I was looking for wrecked vehicles. So obviously I was looking for a wrecked Jeep Grand Cherokee because I knew I wanted to take the seats out of that. And I was just kind of looking around to see what they had. And Copart, you know, they have the option where you can buy full vehicles, but I didn't want to buy a full vehicle just for the leather interior. It would have definitely had to have been, you know, other reasons for me to want to get it. So I started looking at this company called LKQ. And there's quite a few of them around the nation. I'll put something on the screen so you guys can kind of see their website. So what they are is a place where when they get vehicles, it's basically a place that you can go to pull your own parts. So they get a vehicle and they'll post, you know, the details of the vehicle, pictures of it, pictures of the outside, the inside, information about the engine, the trim level, stuff like that. So I went on their website and there's a couple Copart or a couple LKQs near me. And I was kind of scouting just to see, you know, what came up. I was really looking maybe for more silver parts. If I could find some clean ones, it'd be great to have those and to save them. I was looking for another rear bumper. I was trying to find a hitch as well. So while I was cruising through there, I saw just posted that day a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it was almost the same color as my Jeep, so I was pretty hyped to go get parts off of it. But when I got there, I realized it was more of a pearl color. There's another color code that looks similar to this, but in dim light, it is like more of a yellow color. It was really disappointing to see in person. But so I got there and I opened up the inside of it, and it had these immaculate leather seats that are now in my Jeep. So I start looking around and I'm like, wait a minute, why don't I just take these leather seats and put them in my Jeep? And so I was pretty skeptical about that because one, I didn't know if the passenger power would work. And I also didn't know how the heating elements would work. So I basically took the center console from the other Jeep. So I would love to do a video on this, but it would be very in-depth. Took the seat, obviously I took the full entire seat here. Took the passenger seat, I even took the center armrest that was leather. I figured it went pretty well along with everything else. But this whole section here, from vent to vent and then all the way down here to the bottom, this is one entire piece. Obviously the radio and the radio is the only thing that is not connected to this. So I took apart the whole center console, removed this out of the Jeep that I wanted the leather seats out of, because obviously it had the buttons for them. You know, so I wouldn't have to do any sort of guessing with the buttons. And basically once I got back to my Jeep, I took it all apart, installed the center console, and there's like a harness that goes to all of this. And so I was really just hoping that the wiring would already be in my Jeep. Same with the passenger seat. I was just hoping that the wiring would be there for the power element to it and just the heated seat element. And plugged everything in, you know, plugged the battery back in, crossed my fingers and hoped, and turned everything on, and it worked. So, and then I started to read a little bit more, and I found out that these Jeeps come with basically the wiring for everything. Because if you think about how a Jeep is built, when you build a Jeep, you don't when you come with the wiring harness, you're not going to make simpler wiring harnesses or more complex wiring harnesses. You just make one wiring harness with everything in it, and then pick and choose, you know, how they want to build the Jeep and with what options. So mine is just a base. It is literally the most basic Laredo you can get with the Rocky Mountain package. And the Rocky Mountain package comes with like the sunroof, heated mirrors, and I believe that's about it. There's really nothing special to this package. So the absolute bottom base model Jeeps come with the wiring basically pre-installed. And so I went to the dealership and I talked to them about it as well. And they said that sometimes you have to get a flash from the dealer to be able to run the heated seats. I believe it was the heated seats. It was either the heated seat element or the passenger electric element. And so that would have ran me about $80 to $100 to do that flash. But I didn't end up needing to do that flash because my PCM apparently was already prepared for heated seats and for an electric passenger seat. So I took the seats out of the vehicle that was wrecked and then basically just transplanted them into my vehicle, and I already had a power seat on the driver's side, and all the wiring is basically in your vehicle to do it. So I don't know if this is common with other vehicles the way they do that or with other brands, so I would definitely check into it if you don't own a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but it would be a phenomenal option for somebody to do who's going from, you know, a base model Jeep with cloth seats upgrading to full leather seats as well as heated leather seats. And I know a bit of it sounds daunting. I definitely crossed my mind when I took on the project of doing it, but it's 4 bolts to remove your seat. It's very, very simple, you know, once you start breaking things down. And again, you know, you can look up videos on YouTube, you can look up, you know, in your owner's manual how to take apart your center console to get to all your parts, which again, I was very, very surprised at how easy it was to do. I did this during the winter when it was literally snowing, the day that I removed all the seats and the day that I installed all the seats and all of the center console and everything. So it's something that I did in the freezing cold by myself. So if I could do that, I'm very certain that many of you could do it as well, especially if you have a heated garage and you have a little bit of time. You know, it's really something that's not too overwhelming, and it's quite feasible for the average person. So I know this is very long-winded, but I hope that my story can help educate you as to the different options that you have with your base model vehicle and the price that you can pay to upgrade to complete leather seats. And again, I didn't show you the back seat, but I have a bunch of junk in the back seat, but I have the leather seat backs that fold down, and I have the leather seat bottoms as well, which were, again, very simple to install. If you just quickly look it up, you know, a few bolts, slide it on out, a few bolts once you put it back in. That's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I can't wait to bring you guys some more videos to keep teaching you guys and helping you guys with things like this that can help improve your Jeep. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if I didn't say that already, and have a good one, guys.